Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Sometimes I'm very irritated when I hear over and over again this kind of mantra, the land of the brave, whatever, of the free, you are the man of the frontier. These are words. Those people who were like that, they're a dying breed, okay? We now have, nowadays we have feminized, pussified men. This is, and not only men, we lost virility. We are all victims right now, and victimhood is rewarded as being a quality. But hey, you've just read the Bible and you're gonna see the whole current. But hey, it's not about the Bible. Here is about the pensions. Yes, our pensions. And the pensions are under attack big time. Why? Because you give money for something that you expect to get in return. And these guys don't want to give that in return. You know, you give that, so you like you go and buy. I want to go and buy these glasses. I pay the money, I get the glasses. Well, the problem these guys, with being the government and other people that use your money, they get your money for the glasses, but they don't give you the glasses. Why? They do the same with the pensions. You got big investing firms over there that they ride high and they have their Tahiti's vacations 5 times a year with your money, but when it's about giving you, they will not give you because the pensions are not going to be there anymore. You know, this Silicon Valley Bank collapsed, and with it another one in New York, and it has a big consequences on the global financial stability. And I have here an article from Sputnik, yes, the enemy, telling us, giving us some information, some news taken from the American media. So anyway, I couldn't find an American just like that. I found it in Sputnik, where it seems like a lot of money is lost in pensions globally, not only in Taiwan or Indonesia, United States, in Sweden, in South Korea, in many locations. And I'm going to use this article to tell you that we are being contrary to what Biden says when he comes and say, you're just fine, everybody's fine, the banks are fine. No, they're not fine. And then you have Yellen, the Secretary of whatever Treasury. She comes and says, everything is fine. Yes, everything is fine. And you know whose fault it is? It's Putin. Putin and the Republicans. That's what she tells us. Because the Republicans wanted to be more laxed about this and that. That's what she tells us. Well, there might be some truth in that, but I'm not going to focus on this versus I have here the reasons why all this happened. Well, I'm focusing on this. Okay, we're going to focus on this later. Let's get it on with this, guys. So let's read this little article here talking about the pension that you and I will lose if we have it. So Sputnik, today, March 14th, 2023, pension funds across the globe lose millions of dollars due to Silicon Valley Bank collapse. Look at this guy. Me? Yeah, you lost too. Pension funds around the world lost millions of dollars as a result of the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, SVB, U.S. media reported on Tuesday. The California Public Employees Retirement System, CalPERS, which manages the largest public pension fund in the United States, the California State Teachers Retirement Fund, which is the U.S.'s largest teachers retirement fund, the South Korean National Pension Services, NPS, which manages the world's third largest public pension fund, and the largest Swedish pension fund, Alecta, are among, not the only ones, those who invested in Silicon Valley Bank, American news outlet reported. In particular, CalPERS invaded Ukraine, invested $67 million in the bank. Carl's held $11 million in SVB shares, and Alecta invested about $848.7 million in the SVB, the report added. On Friday, California regulators shut down SVB, which became the second largest U.S. bank to collapse. after the last financial crisis. All the insured deposits were transferred to Deposit Insurance National Bank of Santa Clara, a separate financial institution created by the U.S. government regulators to protect the insured deposits. The collapse of SVB was connected with the increase of interest rates, so that's one, by the Federal Reserve System, and poor risk management, among other factors. On Sunday, authorities also closed the large New York-based Signature Bank because of systemic risks. On Monday, U.S. President Joe Biden warned investors in these banks would lose their money. But the banks are fine. I always say this, when this situation appears, it's like you have a surgery, or I don't know, God forbid, someone has a surgery and you go over there, and then after the surgery, the surgeon comes out and say, whoo, bad news and a good news. The good news, the surgery was a success. The bad news, the patient died. How? He followed all the procedures, everything that was required per policy, but the result was he's dead. If probably he would not have followed all those, what would you prefer? Not follow the procedures, but be alive and well, or follow the procedure and everything is great? Yes. And the result is, which one you want? I would like both, procedure and the result, but in this case, you see, they say, oh my God, yes, the banks are safe, but you lose the money. Remember, it was 2008 when they did the same thing, when it's about paying you and it's too big to collapse. They tell you, no, it's not going to be any taxpayers' money involved in this. It's not going to be directly, it's going to be indirectly, because these cracks were happening a long time ago, and now we see just the consequences. And they mentioned Federal Reserve Bank. Yes, the Federal Reserve Bank was in the middle, or not in the middle, or in the middle of the process. So there were some decisions made by whom? Because when you have a shitty economy, you have it because the environment is bad. The conditions are bad for the environment to flourish. And that could be destroyed by, obviously, limitations, and regulations coming from the government. So those guys over there can dictate what kind of economy you are going to have. If it's going to tax that out of businesses, it's going to, regulate that out of them. It's going to be bad, and you have a bad environment. I'm going to give you an example. Okay, I manufacture these glasses. And I have to, just buy the whatever I need to, and then people who would work for me, right? I borrow money, I do whatever, I take the risks and so on. But then the government tells me, well, you have to pay every month, you have to pay for the environment, this fee. Okay, well, you got to pay this for the insurance. Okay, and then you have the insurance for farting. Okay, you have insurance for looking to the left. Okay, and then you have taxes for walking, taxes for having 10 employees, more taxes if you have 15 employees. Now, how big is your building? Oh, more taxes for that. Oh, profit. You make this profit, a lot of taxes. You make bigger profit, more taxes. All these things are so, if these are so increased, you can't make money. You cannot make money. I know that as a fact, okay? So it's not like, they will strangle you. The more complicated the business is, the more taxes and more regulations. You can't do this, you can't do this, and it's always giving money. Give them money, and you can't make any profit. If you can't make any profit, how in the hell are you going to expand? You're not supposed to. There are a few that are already there, and they're over there having the monopoly. Start a little business and see how that's going to work with you. Tell me when you get a millionaire. Otherwise, But I'm telling you that as an example. So same here. Everything comes from these weasels who we voted for, some of them, and then they appointed technocrats and all these experts. Yeah, they're experts, all experts, and then they create all these little, regulations. They destroy the environment of the business. It's going to be a bad environment, and then, what should we do? Well, I know, print more money. And you have the pandemic, and they made decisions on the pandemic. And then based on those actions, you had the consequences. Businesses down, people stay home, and then you have a shitty situation. But in the same time, you give money. How do you give money if you don't produce? Well, you print. When you dump money in a society, in an economy, what's happening? Inflation, obviously. And the inflation grows, and then you don't produce. The inflation grows, and what are you going to do? Well, print more money and borrow more things. And then you got, oh my God, we got inflation. What should we do? Hey, Federal Reserve Bank, yes, can you increase the rates? You keep everything down? Of course I can. Pum, 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 pum. And this is one of the reactions. And by the way, Federal Reserve Bank is not a, it's made out of 10 private banks, all right? It's a system. It's not, that's why it's Federal Reserve System. It's not the Federal Reserve, I don't know. And they call it federal, like I would call tomorrow my channel, Federal Emil Kosman Perfect Channel. Am I federal? No. So yeah, but they deal with that. Just look at, 1913? Is that when it was voted? Yeah, look at that and look at Jackal Island meeting and look at the vote on the 24th, I think it was, of December 1913. Look at all those things. And you're going to find more than you expected. How many people voted, for what, who met on the Jackal Island, why. Oh, it's conspiracy. No, it's fact. You find the people meeting over there. You can even find the minutes of the conversations. Go ahead, the meeting. Go ahead and figure things out and find out who's who, what's what, and then what are the connections between those guys and our elected officials from 1913. I think it was 1913. And Woodrow Wilson, after that, he just, okay, let me watch some more movies on the big screen projector, whatever it was at that time. Anyway, my friends, they come for our pensions. And what should you do? I don't know. I personally think like this. I bought this one. It's here. I don't pay taxes for it yet. They're going to come with the carbon taxes. Say, oh, you own this? When did you buy it? I don't know, like 10 years ago. All right, 10 years ago? Well, to produce this, they use this amount of pollution. That's where we calculate. You have to pay this amount of taxes in the carbon. And then go look for everything you got, and they will calculate, and they can bankrupt you overnight. And what I'm going to do? Okay, let me watch some stupid movies. Then I'm going to be in a different dimension. That's why they make these movies and all these things. It's just like a drug. You're out of reality for 2 hours. And you watch oh, I'm over there right now. I'm so good. Everything is good. Oh, yeah, I'm beating that out. Oh, yeah. And then after 2 hours, you just ran for your shitty reality, while those guys over there count their money and make policies for you to watch more movies. In the meantime, they take care of stuff. Do you think that this collapse of this Silicon Valley Bank was just, a reaction of the natural course of the economic invisible hand? Jesus Christ. Yeah, if you want to believe like that, go and watch some more movies. If you don't want to believe like that, turn off that shit, get off the or whatever, or and do something else. Do some clicks, because it's in your advantage to get information, knowledge on things. Otherwise, that's why they're over there. That's why over there, because we are so knowledgeable, and you got a mass media that works in the same team, is on the same team with those guys, and give us this. Biden comes and tells us everything is fine. This article that I found on Sputnik, I didn't find it as when I open my browser, right there, like 15 news outlets warning us, my God, these guys, look what they did. That's a resultant of those guys. I don't care Republicans, I don't care Democrats. They're the same. I want people who care for us to do the right thing. Not like Obama and others, the right thing. Yeah, for us, as a country. No, we got so much looting here, it's unbelievable. And then you got the mass media. I opened the browser, I didn't see this. This should have been on the first page of each and every freaking news outlet. But they don't want to create panic. Why? Because something might happen over there? No, I guarantee nothing would happen here regarding those, because we're not the land of the free and the brave. We're not the frontier anymore. We're pussified. Go and take a walk in a high school and see the next generation and see how they look, how they act. I've been involved in this for years, and believe me, no. Pussified, entitled victims. But you know what? They know everything. They know everything. And you can't send them, because if you say something, you hurt their feelings. They feel insulted, or whatever. And they need their safe space, which is you get out. This is how we have these guys. And these guys are going to be our future leaders at one point. Those guys. Or those guys will vote, as these guys vote right now. Just go around the block a few times and meet fellow Americans, or in this case, and see exactly how things are. There are some smart ones, there are some good ones, there are some these ones. Unfortunately, the other guys are too noisy, because the mass media elevates them to the point that, yeah, you're right, yes, you have, yes, you're right, yes, you know, yes, you're a respected voter. Tell me the capital of Bangladesh. All right? Tell me the population of Zimbabwe. Ask them about how many continents. Let's start with that. How many continents are here? Is London a state, or is London a city? Which one is it? Is it a country or start with dumb questions, and you're going to figure out what's the level where they start. You can't be running if you don't know how to walk. So these guys don't even know how many balls they got in their pants. And they tell me, oh my God, I'm going to vote for Kamala. What do you know about Kamala? Why would you vote for that person? Tell me. Tell me Biden. Tell me some achievements of that guy. I can tell you one of them. He's been in politics for what, 1,000 years? That's an achievement, but based on what? The intelligence of the electorate. Yes, I'm insulting people. No, I'm telling the truth. There's a reality. Look at him. Watch his history and tell me what did he do? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Go and buy something. Gold jumped 5%, about 5% in 3 days. From $1,825 about, which was about 3 days ago or 4 days ago, an ounce. So 1,824 right now is 1,924. $100 in 3 days. How do you call that? Everybody's like gold rush. They're not California anymore. I think China and Russia gold rush. Yeah. Or this is not going to lose its value. I mean, it's going to lose its value, but you use it. That's the whole purpose. Use it. You have it. Otherwise, you're going to have the money that's going to be depreciating anyway. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.